My name is Mark Kelly, and my current job title is retired, and I like my job very much. But for 40 years, I was a commercial lines account executive for Travelers Insurance, and I graduated from Alma in 1977, and my major was history. When I think of Alma, a number of things, but I guess I would say mostly the word quality or excellence comes to mind for me. It always represented academic and I guess I'd say cultural advancement that I'm not so sure I could have gotten anywhere else. And those things were translated into my later life very well. And I was always very thankful that I got to go there for those reasons. I've always felt it was a place that was a cut above. And not to say that other places aren't fine institutions as well. But for me, it really suited me and helped me out as my life went along. My major at Alma was history. And I guess I was always interested in that topic. Even as a boy, I read a lot. And it's continued on into my adult life. Alma prepared me by developing skill sets, regardless of what my academic course actually was. For instance, the way history was taught at Alma wasn't memorization of names and dates. It was more developing your idea of cause and effect. Why did a certain thing happen at a certain particular time? Why did you think it did, and what do you think the outcomes were as that pertained going forward? And so you had to develop organizational skills and the ability to take information from broad resources and sift through that and come up with ideas and present your own conclusions and your own ideas in ways that were meaningful and that you could back up, that you could defend, I guess, is how you'd say it. And in the business world, even though it was different information, I was taking actuarially developed data and trends for losses and exposures and that sort of thing, and sifting through it and coming to conclusions, and then presenting programs based on my own analysis, very much the same way I had when I was a student at Alma. I remember my freshman year, I signed up for a calculus class that I was totally unprepared for. And I managed to get through it with help of a couple of friends that were math majors. And my professor was particularly understanding and helped me through it. And I kind of decided at that point maybe I shouldn't be in math. But nevertheless, it was very much of a learning experience. And what I took from that and other challenges, I guess you'd say, is that there are always people willing to help, and there's always people that you can make into a team. And Alma was always really good at that. There was my academic advisor, Dr. Smith, MJJ, his name was Michael, he always went by MJJ. And he kind of selected me after the first history class I took from him and kind of steered me into the program. And he was very influential on campus, and I didn't know him at the time, but everybody told me it was quite a compliment that he kind of sought me out. And I always remember when I graduated, I was getting ready to head into the work environment. And, you know, I was 21 years old, and it was intimidating, you know, and the 70s were economically, I kind of laugh sometimes about, we talk about now being a challenging economy. In 1977, both interest rates and inflation were in the teens, and it was a very difficult period. And he told me to do two things. He told me to choose for a profession what led me to have most time for my hobbies, which wasn't what you heard a lot of back then. Back then it was very corporate. You got your job in a big company and you tried to climb the ladder, you tried to get promotions, you took transfers. And what he said is something that stayed with me my whole life. I had chances to move to bigger cities and bigger jobs, but I always wanted to live in Grand Rapids. And so that was very helpful. And he also said, never doubt that you'll be able to accomplish a lot in whatever it is you choose. And at that time, I didn't have a lot of experience or confidence, so I asked him about that. And he said, well, I also had an athletic career at Alma. I ran track and cross country there, and he said to me, based on what you put your body through every single day, he said, you should never worry about what comes your way in the real world. And many years later, I realized that he was right on both of those. And so it was really helpful for me at that point in my life to have leadership like that.